born and bred in Nashville, but she walks the beaches down in Florida sand. A mother and wife, a daughter, a sister, trying hard to do the best she can. She found her voice with a heavy heart, looking for purpose with trembling hands. Giving this all a new start, moving ahead, speaking for ones who came. She says, I am who I am, I'll stand my ground. Even when the nights get long and rough, you'll hear my sound. She'll be speaking for the ones unheard, 'cause she's got a caring heart that won't be turned. Her mama fought cancer while she was searching, stories that needed a gentle voice. We saw summer's name and felt the heart ache and tried to bring light where there was no choice. And when she heard us Sebastian, her sadness rose. She prays for truth through the noise. She'll follow wherever the story goes, seeking their dignity, a child's joy.
Her smile shines as bright as the stars at night. Her heart is as kind as can be. She has the patience of a saint, but if you push her, oh Lordy. A straight talker is smiling. She's the salt of the earth. Make no mistake, she matters. Catch Miley's story on a live stream. Oh boy, that girl can matter. Go Smiley. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. Make no mistake why she's here. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. If you're guilty, she'll smell out your fear. Missing posters and stories of heartache and fear. She tells us all of the heartbreaking tears. She can sniff out the guilty from a mile away. If Smiley's on the case, then she's here to stay. She cares about these missing children. She cares deeply about them all. She speaks the truth with integrity. For the truth, she will seek it all. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. Make no mistake why she's here. She's smiling, alright. She's smiling. If you're guilty, she'll smell out your fear. Smiley's questions are like a heat-seeking missile. She's going straight for the bullseye. Don't ever believe you can't fool her. She's too wise, man. she won't comply. She values freedom like the 4th of July. She values respect even more. If you want to earn a place at Smiley's table, watch the clock, it takes time for sure. She's Smiley, alright, she's Smiley. Make no mistake why she's here. She's Smiley, alright, she's Smiley. If you're guilty, she'll smell out your fear. If you break her trust, you're done for. Trust don't grow back like grass, so don't give Smiley a reason to doubt you, or that friendship will shatter like glass. She's a damn good woman, that much we know. She puts in the hours to bring them kids home. If your child is missing, you want Smiley on the case. She is always willing and she gives so much grace. She's a Smiley, alright, she's a Smiley. Make no mistake why she's here. She's Smiley, alright, she's Smiley. If you're guilty, she'll smell out your fear. If you're guilty, you better feel fear.
Well, good morning, everybody. Hello, H. Davis. Hello, hello. I hope you're doing well this morning. Good morning to anybody out there in vertical or in the bushes. Hello, hello. Happy Tuesday, February 3rd. I'm glad you're here. Glad you're here. I hope everybody is staying warm. Staying warm is still a heck of a nightmare out there with that weather. It really is all over the place. I hope everybody is doing great today. You're going back to sleep. Well, go back to sleep, honey. Get you some rest while you can. I've been up since 3 o'clock this morning, and I'll probably go back to sleep at some point today and cover my head up as well. Good luck. Good luck with all that. So I just wanted to come on here and say hello to everybody. And we have now a missing 84-year-old mother, Nancy Guthrie. She's the mother of NBC Today Show co-anchor Savannah. And it's sad. They do suspect foul play. So I'll just jump on in it. I won't, make no bones about it. And, let you know, crime don't care who you are. They don't care who you are. They don't care who you belong to. They don't care if you're rich or poor. Crime just don't care. Okay. And they do suspect it is a crime, but we don't know. We'll see. We'll see. It's all coming out. This is sad. So now we got a sad story coming out of Arizona. Again, Nancy Guthrie. She's 84 years old, the mother of NBC Today Show co-anchor Savannah Guthrie. And Nancy is missing. Savannah Guthrie asked for prayers for her mother's disappearance. She wants to find her mother. And there are some key questions surrounding this investigation. First of all, what happened? Hey, Sharon. Hello. I know mine does too. Mine does too. It's so sad. It really is sad. It's sad. You think about your mom, and it's just sad all the way around, man. There's nothing that's not sad about it. She was last seen Saturday when her family brought her home from, I guess, a dinner that they had around 9:30 p.m. That's what was told. That's what was said. They got her in the house. She has some mobility problems, so they got her in the house, and she went to bed. And it was the next morning She always showed up for church. Now, here's the problem I have. I don't know if somebody was supposed to go get her for church, if she had these mobility problems and all that. I don't know any of that. So I'm just saying that only to say this. Don't ask Smiley because I don't know. Okay. But then it was the next morning. She was supposed to show up for church and she didn't. And she always went. So when she did not show up Sunday morning, a church member called her family, and then they went there, and it was around 11 o'clock a.m. to look for her, my understanding. And that's what the sheriff said at a news conference on Monday. The sheriff, I think, for whatever reason, said they thought the investigators also thought there was a crime scene. And we don't know. It's very mysterious, you know. Right now, they stated that it's seeming like it's a crime. So around noon Sunday, someone called because she didn't show up for church, and a family member called 911 around noon to report her missing. At that time, it's out there being reported that homicide investigators, detectives, were sent to the home. I just wonder why right away that was, that homicide investigators were sent. I don't know. In my opinion, they had to see something, think something, or something. What did they notice? What did they see? What clues did they have? But the point is, she is still missing, right? But what was such red flags, all that took place, got them thinking about all that. Maybe someone came and got her. I mean, how did they know someone didn't come get her? Well, they know these things. How did they know she wasn't on her way to church and someone didn't come get her to take her to church and there was a fender bender on the way, or maybe they were just delayed? Well, they know these things. They do know these things. Anyway, it seems to be something definite that they're really worried about. And I'm really worried for them. I really am. Something they must have said or saw made her home a crime scene. More than just she wasn't there. Something that was told to them, something they seen. You can believe that. They're searching for her, and they still hope she's alive and well, and so do I. So do I. They said the same thing. We still hope she's alive, and we continue with the missions of search and rescue. But they do report they believe she was abducted from her bed, but cannot speak as to why. Officials do not know what time exactly she was taken unless something like that has come out. Law enforcement is treating her house as a crime scene and described the circumstances around her disappearance as suspicious. They did say this case is not a dementia-related case or anything like that. They say she was very sound mind. They say she had no problems with her mind at all. And that's pretty big right there, if you ask me. In the press conference, I think they talked about she has a good mind, but she does have some mobility issues. Like It's hard for her to even walk 40, 50 yards, you know. So investigators do believe she was taken from the house. They believe she was taken from her bed. Allegedly, they do have now, I seen 7 hours ago, it was said, I'm hearing they have shown the last person seen with her. I do see what they said, but I'm just not going to put all that out because that just speculates, and I don't know. I'd rather just hear it from them. We may hear it through some of these videos. I don't know, but that could mean a lot of different things. At this time, again, they did hold a press conference. We're going to listen to that. So let's listen. If I can get this up, give me just a moment here.
And we're all hoping for a happy ending here. We know Nancy has limited mobility. Is it physically possible for her to have left the home on her own, or are you operating entirely on the premise that she was moved by someone else or abducted?
You know, from what the families told us and everything we've learned, she could not walk out of that home 50 yards. No, we believe she was taken out of the home against her will, and that's how this investigation is moving.
What would you say to someone who, if they're holding Nancy Guthrie right now, what's your message to them?
It's not just my message, it's the community's message, it is the family's message. Just call us, let her go, just call us. Family would tell you, there's no questions asked here. Look, if she's alive right now, her meds are vital. I can't stress that enough. You know, it's been better than 24 hours, and the family tells us if she doesn't have those meds, it can become fatal. Savannah is family to us. She's a big part of this community. Her family is devastated, the entire family. And, you know, this just doesn't happen in Tucson. You don't see someone at 84 years of age go home, go to bed, and in the middle of the night just disappear from her own home, from her own bed. That's not who we are.
Is this an unusual case for your community?
Yeah, absolutely. We get people who walk away from their homes. We get missing people in the mountains hiking and in the desert trails. But I can't think of the last time where in the middle of the night in someone's bed, an 84-year-old woman disappeared on us. That's a challenge for us, and it's something we just want her back.
Yeah, we all do. We all do, Sheriff. I know you've been in contact with Savannah, who we know is in Tucson. What is your message to her and the Guthrie family and all the viewers who care so much about Savannah?
We're not going to give up. We'll get this. I'm blessed. I have a team that is, look, they'll solve this. I know they will.
Sheriff, we thank you for your time. I know you're busy, and I'm going to be praying that you find Nancy.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Now you can tell he's all shook up. Everybody knows everybody there. And it's just not something, like he said, that happens, you know. And, you know, it's very heartbreaking. They all, again, are friends. They know Savannah, you know, her daughter. They know the family. They know her. It's not something that happens, you know. And it's just very sad, and it's hard for all of them. It's hard for her to walk. He said 50 yards, okay? or get around 50 yards. They do believe she was taken from the house, allegedly. They do have DNA. Hold on just a minute. Get that off there. They do have DNA. Again, I was getting that from a few hours ago. And I'm hearing they do have now CCTV that does now show the last person seen with her. True or not, I can't verify, but let's hope it's a start. At least let's hope it gets the story out where it needs to be. Again, they held a press conference, you know, and listen, Nancy was reported missing on February 1st, 2026, after she didn't show up for church. And a friend grew concerned. Somebody there in the church grew concerned. That was not normal for her. She had been seen around 9:30 p.m. on Sunday, on the 31st, at her residence in near East Skyline Drive and North Campbell Avenue. Family checked the house. They called 911, and then they went to Nancy's home in Catalina Foothills, north of Tucson. When they went to check on her, they did some searching. They realized they need some help. They called 911. That's what the sheriff said. When investigators got there and what they saw or encountered, they quickly had concerns. And they believe she was taken from her home. They believe she was taken from her bed. Give me just a minute. We're going to watch something else.
Savannah Guthrie has been reported missing in Arizona under concerning circumstances, authorities revealed on February 1st, with officials confirming the case is being officially investigated as a crime. According to the Pima County Sheriff Chris Nanos, a relative made a 911 call around noon on Sunday, February 1st, to report 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie missing. Nancy Guthrie was last seen at her home in Catalina Foothills, north of Tucson, at around 9:30 p.m. on January 31st, authorities said. The elder Guthrie was not known to have illnesses such as dementia or Alzheimer's and was of good sound mind. However, she was described as being in not of good physical health. Homicide detectives were also scouring the elderly woman's home, which was not standard protocol for a missing person case, authorities said. On Monday, February 2nd, authorities confirmed the case was officially being investigated as a crime.
It is a crime scene. We know that. She is very limited in her mobility, right? We know she didn't just walk out of there. That we know. There are other things at the scene that indicate there was she did not leave on her own. We know that.
Her daughter, Today anchor Savannah Guthrie, skipped the February 2nd Monday episode of the NBC Morning Talk Show. However, she shared a statement that was aired regarding her mom being missing.
On behalf of our family, I want to thank everyone for the thoughts, prayers, and messages of support. Right now, our focus remains on the safe return of our dear mom.
The feds have since been looped in on the search, NBC crime reporter Tom Winter told the Today Show.
They were able to get out helicopters last night to use infrared cameras. They've got drones up. They've enlisted the help of the Customs and Border Protection, obviously not too far from the border there in Mexico. They have some special resources. The FBI is also aware of this case as well.
Nancy has made various guest appearances on Today over the years since Savannah joined the show in 2011. The mother
Nearly home. I just need more space. I feel like I'm suffocating.
So the FBI is.
Is this the episode with the
breakup?
breakup?
I think I hit a button. Hold on.
Okay, let's simmer down now. Y'all need realtor.com.
Nearly home. Who done it?
We're looking for a house closer to everything, but we don't know where to start.
Find it with Realtor.com. With Real Commute, it's easy to find a home closer to what's ever close to your heart. Do y'all recycle? Realtor.com.
Hey, Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar!
Nearly home. Who done it?
Oh, you gotta be kidding. See, look at her driveway. Oh, I'm set. Okay, I wasn't sure if anyway, I hit a button, but whatever. That's not important. That's not what we're gonna watch. But you see her, see how far also her driveway goes. But FBI is involved now. Hold on. Let me take that off. I do got something I rather watch. Anyway, hold on. Sorry, y'all. We're going to watch this credit, law, and crime. Give me just a second.
Of Tucson. Pima County deputies say that Guthrie's house is near East Skyline Drive and North Campbell Avenue. So here's a map of that neighborhood, just so you can see where it is relative to downtown Tucson, Arizona. It seems to be in a suburban community. Now, according to the sheriff, Nancy Guthrie was not reported missing until about noon on Sunday. Nancy Guthrie is Savannah Guthrie's mom. Savannah has hosted the Today Show as one of its main anchors on NBC since 2012. She is one of the most recognizable people in television news. What we know about Savannah Guthrie is she grew up in Tucson. She also went to college at the University of Arizona in Tucson. Savannah has two siblings, a brother and sister. And we know that this family has faced tragedy. Savannah's dad, Nancy's husband, died when Savannah was just about 16 years old of a heart attack. And Savannah has talked about how incredibly close she is to her mom. She's spoken publicly about their bond. This is a picture that Savannah posted with her mom just after Christmas this year on Facebook. And then in 2020, we have this post from Savannah's Instagram. This was on her mom's 78th birthday, which is January 27th. Savannah posted on Instagram, quote, "Happy birthday to a mother like no other. My mom, Nancy, is my heart and my everything and my model for what a mother should be. Thank you, God, for her 78 beautiful years. Happy birthday, Mama." Now, this, again, was back in 2020, but that just shows you the bond that Savannah Guthrie has with her mom, who at the time of this recording is missing. Now, in the wake of her going missing, Savannah and the Guthrie family released this statement. It reads, quote, "On behalf of our family, I want to thank everyone for their thoughts, prayers, and messages of support. Right now, our focus remains on the safe return of our dear mom. We thank law enforcement for their hard work on this case and encourage anyone with information to contact the Pima County Sheriff's Department at 520-351-4900. Now, what we do know is that deputies do not believe that Nancy Guthrie left her home by herself. According to the sheriff, there is no way that she physically would have been able to get up and go without some sort of assistance. Now, it is unclear at this point who had access to Nancy Guthrie's home. After the missing persons report was made, the sheriff confirmed that law enforcement immediately deployed extensive resources, including volunteer search and rescue teams, the Border Patrol's K-9 unit. They were also brought in on scene. Investigators have been working throughout the day and overnight into trying to find Nancy Guthrie. But at this point, she has not been found. Now, this is what's making this case very mysterious and certainly more concerning. The Pima County Sheriff said during the initial search of Guthrie's home concerning evidence was discovered inside, and that has led investigators to confirm that this is, quote, indeed a crime scene. Now, the sheriff just held a news conference, and this is what he said about the circumstances surrounding this case.
Well, I think I told you she is very limited in her mobility, right? We know she didn't just walk out of there. That we know. There are other things at the scene that indicate there was she did not leave on her own. We know that.
Another key part of this story and a very important piece of information that needs to get out to the public is that Nancy Guthrie, at 84 years old, reportedly takes medication that is critical to her health. And without taking that medication, the sheriff said it could be fatal for Nancy Guthrie. Now, the Pima County deputies are stressing that this is not a case where she simply walked away.
Okay, so they know she did not walk away for a fact. They know that to be true. They believe it to be a crime scene. Regardless, they still want to try to find her. But it's critical that anybody and everybody knows that she takes her medicine. So it's obviously she didn't have her medicine with her. But it's critical to know that if she don't have this medicine, she could die. Yes, so close to the border, Kelly Bird's life. Absolutely. Thank you for being here. It's very sad, but they say and state, and it's very important to remember that she definitely didn't have anything wrong with her mind. She was definitely in her right mind. So there's nothing wrong with her mind to suggest anything like that. I was reading somewhere, and I don't know if they'll tell it here or not. I'm always a little bit behind. But it seems like somewhere, did anybody see were some, and I don't know if it said anything on it. I don't know. This is speculation. This is something I heard, saw, read, something about a piece of paper. And anybody know anything about the piece of paper? I don't know. Again, they may say it here. I don't know. I've had a lot going on. I'm having to deal with phone calls and different things. So I'm not quite sure. But I wanted to get on here this morning while it was quiet and kind of go over this. I lived in Surprise, Arizona, outside Phoenix. Man, I tell you what, a lot of people is very surprised by this. They say that this just don't happen there. It just don't happen. I really hope they find her. All right, let's go back. It could be, hey Jude, it really could be. I think they'll get to the bottom of the last photos on CCTV, no matter who they are. Let me leave it at that. Hold on.
Sheriff said that Guthrie's mobility is limited, and there are clear signs indicating that she didn't leave her house on her own. Now, on top of the local authorities like the Pima County Sheriff's Office, the FBI is also assisting along with the local and federal agencies, trying to use license plate readers, digital forensics, and data recovered from the home to piece together what happened. Now, I do want to show you the news conference from the Pima County Sheriff, Chris Nanos. This is what he said.
I believe it was around noon yesterday, we got a call to the Guthrie residence that Nancy Guthrie, 84 years old, was missing. We expended a lot of resources for a missing person that we typically always do. Our search and rescue volunteers, our search and rescue teams, other agencies, Borstar from Border Patrol sent their canines out. They worked tirelessly all day yesterday and all day tonight. I'm sorry, all day yesterday, all last night, to no avail. As I said yesterday, we saw some things at the home that were concerning to us. We believe now, after we processed that crime scene, that we do in fact have a crime scene, that we do in fact have a crime, and we're asking the community's help. This community has always stepped up to help us solve some pretty tough crimes. I'm looking for that again. This is a 84-year-old lady who suffers from some physical ailments, has some physical challenges, is in need of medication that if she doesn't have in 24 hours, it could be fatal. So we make a plea to anyone who knows anything about this, who has seen something, heard something, to contact us. Call 911. We don't need another bad tragic ending. We need some help.
Good morning, honey.
Our team is the best. I couldn't speak any higher. I think you know that. We have done some great work with our partners in the Valley. You know, this community, I have to give a lot of thanks to our law enforcement agencies all across this valley, whether it's the Tucson Police Department or some of the smaller agencies. They've all reached out. They've all offered to assist. The FBI, all of them. We work so close with them, and they are all plugged in. We'll continue to work closely with them. But what I really need is I need this community to step up and start giving us some calls. Let us know if you've seen something. We are right now at a time, and I apologize, everybody tells me I talk too softly. We are at a time where, in this investigation, we're now moving forward where we need to depend on technology. You know, our license plate readers, our camera systems throughout the community, anything, everything. And we will download all that data we have from the home, from different pieces of technology we've gotten, and we will use that to our advantage. But the reason I bring this up is that, you know, I'm a cop. I hate politics, but I have to remind our political leaders that they need to quit this banter of every time law enforcement leaders come to you for a need, that you give up these ridiculous remarks about how it's going to be misused. AI is a bad, evil word. The cameras are very bad and evil. I'm tired of that. Those tools in the right hands with the right minds and the right approaches are extremely valuable to solving crimes just like this. We need this. We need more staffing. We need a lot of things. But what I really need is I need the community's help with this. So I want to make sure I didn't, before I take any questions, it is a crime scene. We know that. She needs her daily medication. And anybody that sees anything that even looks, hey, maybe that's her, just take a quick picture. Take a video, send it to us. The number is real easy here locally. It's 911. You can contact our 88 crime and remain anonymous. You can call me, anybody. I am here to take any questions you may have. It will be a little limited. I apologize for that, but we do have a crime that we need to protect its integrity. I have here Sergeant David Stivers from our homicide team. He has been up all night, so bear with us if we are a little bit fuzzy in our answers and responses, but we're both here for any questions you may have. Let's start, please.
Recognizing your limitations,
Good morning.
Can you elaborate at all on what makes you believe it's a crime scene as opposed to someone who left home and just couldn't find their way back?
Well, I think I told you she is very limited in her mobility, right? We know she didn't just walk out of there. That we know. There are other things at the scene that indicate there was she did not leave on her own. We know that.
If you don't have plate readers, is there a vehicle associated with this?
When I told you we're now at the phase where we're looking at all the technology, all of that is being evaluated as we speak. Let me say this: we've not just thrown our search and rescue team out there. They are going to be doing some door-to-door with our criminal investigation team. It is not just our homicide unit, all of our criminal investigation detectives. I went out last night to the scene. There were probably 100 cars out there, all from the sheriff's department, all working this case. It takes a lot of manpower and a lot of energy. This team of mine worked throughout the night. They continue to work. David's had zero sleep, but he and his team are working as hard as they can.
Is there anybody else associated with her, a caregiver, family member, acquaintance, who is also missing and somebody?
No, our hearts go out to them. This is their mom. She's just a great lady, from what I've heard, and I feel for the family. We just want to find her and bring her back safe.
Sheriff, you mentioned that she didn't just walk out, but is there any additional information that you can give us on what may have alluded to this being a crime scene?
I wish I could. I really do. I know that everybody wants to know certain
I wouldn't
things,
want to live there in
but
the
I can't
desert.
do that it would be inappropriate at this time.
Are there any signs of breaking and entering or any forced entry, anything like
I'm
that?
not. I again don't want to get into that. David, can you see anything here?
At this time, it's still a very active investigation. There were circumstances on scene that we believe are suspicious in nature, I think is the best way to put it. But we can't really get into a whole lot of details with that.
Do you believe that this was targeted, or they just happened to hit Savannah Guthrie's mom, or if this was just random?
We don't know that. We don't. We look at all of that, but we just don't know that.
Do they have cameras at the home?
They do, and we're looking through some of that. Yeah.
With this being an active crime scene, is there any threat to the general public?
Trying to figure out my phone. Well, no, I don't think there's an active threat, but I hate to say that because we're going to canvass that neighborhood, and maybe there's a prowler been seen around. There's a lot of work still to do. We don't have any indication that that the public is in danger.
And what does that search look like today beyond what you've already told us about last night?
So we have shut down our search and rescue mission, and we've sent them home to rest. They were out all night. Look, we put all our air assets into this, our drone systems, our aircraft, our helicopters, heat sensors, infrared, everything we've thrown at this. They're going to step aside. We'll call them out again if we need to do more searching.
I'm a little bit concerned they have called all that off so soon. It makes me wonder, it makes me think that they know a lot more than they are giving the public. So it does make me a little bit kind of afraid for that situation. They say they have not ruled out foul play and homicide detectives are involved. And that's worrisome. The officials have stated she did not leave on her own. The search efforts included air support, drones, search dogs, and all of those things. But they've kind of stopped all of that. And now he's saying to let them rest, which is understandable. Hey, Mama Bear. Hello. Good morning to you, honey. Good morning. I can understand being an ongoing investigation, but the public really needs to know, because what if they Yeah, is that, and I agree, because what if they are in danger? And sometimes we assume because Susanna is a big, star, well known on the news and all those things, that it is possible. I mean, not saying it is, but it's possible they knew that was her mom, or it's possible it had nothing to do with her at all. That this could be something like that, but we can't assume anything. People just cannot assume anything. Sometimes, again, when you live way out like that, people could target the elderly. Even if it's not for money, you just don't know. People have such sick criminal minds. We just don't know. So yeah, who is to say? I know her name is not Susanna. Her daughter's name is Susanna. And she's huge. Thank you. So anyway, rewind and you'll hear what I said. Appreciate you. Click the like button.
Right now, we don't see this as a search mission as much as we do a crime scene.
Sheriff, can you tell us a little bit about that map?
That is, and David
By the way, you spelled it
better answer it than I, but that is our search patterns, I believe. Is that correct?
Yes. Yeah. So with all the assets that we deployed yesterday with the search and rescue teams, the map that's on the screen is basically tracks that were followed. Those are all, the colored lines are all ground tracks of different teams and different assets that were used on the ground, to include the canines, the volunteers, and our own search and rescue team. The circles are going to be representative, if not necessarily perfect, of our air circulation with both our helicopter and our fixed wing aircraft at night, working with the night
user.
time,
Savannah is her
cameras.
daughter.
So
her name is Nancy.
Difficult to see where the house is. This house is basically pretty close to center in that, and then all of the searching that went on throughout the day with those folks out there on the ground.
What this really helps with is our search teams, when they come back and reassess, maybe they've missed an area, we can look at it and say, hey, you know what, this area could use a little more coverage, and so they concentrate again. Our search and rescue team is top notch. They're out every single day. If it's not a lost person, it's a hiker, it's somebody who's wandered away from a care home, whatever it may be. I want to stress to you, and it is really important, Miss Guthrie, Nancy Guthrie, is of great sound mind. This is not a dementia related. She is as sharp as a tack. The family wants everybody to know this is it.
Oh, I said it was Susanna. Pardon me for the political bullshit, user. Nobody gives a fuck. My people that watch me don't give a fuck, because everybody on here know who I'm talking about. Honestly, you ain't gonna rile me up this morning. I got more important shit to do, but I'm on here giving my time, and I guarantee you I ain't gonna get paid for this bullshit, but I do care. And I wouldn't be addressing you, but otherwise, I am paying attention to my chat this morning. But it don't really matter if we're talking about Susanna, Savannah, Marley, whoever. That's not who's missing. Who's missing is the mother, Nancy. Okay? Nancy. And I definitely know who that is. Well, I understand that. So I misspoke. Sue me. At least I didn't misspeak on the person. So we're not going to school this morning. Okay. Anything else? What kind of name you got anyway? Is that a troll name? Just wondering.
Somebody who just wandered off. Her physical limits are based on just age, and we get old, and so it's more physical. But clearly, she is as sharp as a tack.
Do you have her cell phone, and does that present any tracking potential?
We're looking at that as we speak.
But do you have it, or do you not?
We do have it.
Can you give us a little bit more of a timeline? Because you said she didn't leave on her own. She was last seen at 9:45. She wasn't reported missing until noon. But
I believe what happened there was at 9:45 in the evening, her children left her off. At some time earlier that morning, they got a call from somebody at the church who said, "Hey, your mom's not here." The family went to the house. I'm thinking they spent some time looking for her themselves before they called us. So I'm guessing maybe they got there around 11. So they did some searching and realized we need some help, and they called 911.
do you have any idea what time Nancy would have been taken from the home?
There's a lot of things working there, and I just can't say that right now.
Has Savannah Guthrie, has she had any threats to herself?
We've spoken to her. We'll continue to work with that. She has a security team that's been in touch with us throughout the night.
The reporter could
not,
almost get her
not going to
last
dismiss
name
any
out.
angles
Oh
for sure.
my
But right
God.
now, immediately, we don't know of anything like that.
Is she in town or on the way here?
She's here.
Can you give us any more? What should somebody be looking for? Because when I was out,
Thank you for 24 months, Tammy. Love you.
But is there
It
anything?
is so heartbreaking. It's very sad when that's your mother.
He didn't know if he should call you or not.
Oh my goodness.
But so
Call.
what should somebody be looking?
Well, first of all, I'd ask them, go through their cameras, go through their Ring cameras, whatever cameras they may have. Don't dismiss it that, oh, well, we really can't see the house. They still might see something. Maybe it's somebody walking by. Maybe it's a vehicle driving by at that time of day. But go through all your cameras in that neighborhood and tell us if you see something.
See, that's what I don't know. I don't know if she was mobile enough to drive herself to church, or that's what I said earlier. What, was, what made them think the things that they did so soon? I'm not sure, because how did they know that if she got a ride, they weren't just stalled? Of course, they know that now, but, I don't know. I mean, she was probably mobile enough to drive herself. I guess that will be coming out. It's possible, because there's lots of people in wheelchairs or who just can't go certain amounts, like the 50 yards or 50 feet or whatever, who can drive. I just don't know those answers right now, but that is a good question. Very good question.
Maybe somebody already, we know this happens, right? Oh, I saw something suspicious, but I didn't think it was worth calling in, so I didn't call it in. Well, now it's call in anything you've seen or heard. Maybe it's a neighbor telling you, I saw this or I heard that. Call us. Don't tell the neighbor to call us. Tell the neighbor to call us, but you call us as well. We'll put it together. We'll trust me, I'm sure we're going to get inundated with a lot of calls. We'll handle that.
Did she live alone?
I believe, yes, she did. Yeah.
Were there any caregivers who are normally associated with her?
Well, she has house staff that comes by, takes care of the yard, whatever, in her house and that. But those people we'll be talking with and have talked to some of them already.
But nobody who's like a live-in or anything?
Nobody actually lives with her, no. Like I say, she's of great sound mind, and she is mobile. It's just, it's a challenge for her to get, as the family says, she couldn't walk 50 yards by herself.
Now, I don't know. I didn't say she was a diabetic. I don't know if someone in the audience said that or not. I don't know her medical conditions. I don't know anything. I did say just what the law officer said in several interviews and what the family has put out and what they wanted the officer to put out. It is critical for the public to know that she takes daily medicine and that if she does not have that medicine, she could die. So I don't know what kind of medicine. I don't know for what. I just know that she's very sound mind. She don't have any problems with her mind. Oh, you're fine, honey. You're fine. I don't know if she had any. I just know that she has mobility problems. That's the only thing that I know. Yeah, so what if, I mean, yeah, so what if it is, and what if she does need those? You can get low blood. I mean, I don't know, but I don't know what her medical condition is. I have no clue about her medical records. I don't know.
So.
What else? Somebody asked about the FBI.
I'm sorry.
Somebody asked about the FBI if they're involved.
We, like I said, we work closely with all of our partners, whether they're FBI, ATF, ICE, whoever. We know that they have certain capabilities and certain resources, just as we have certain capabilities and resources. So yes, we'll continue to work with them, and they've offered assistance to us. We accept that assistance, and we offer assistance. But just last week, the FBI called us to handle a shooting that involved Border Patrol. You need to know that. That's just day-to-day routine work for the law enforcement in Pima County in Tucson. We work very closely with our partners.
With the amount of time that's gone by, how wide do you cast in the net? Statewide, national?
Well, yes, national for sure. I'm hoping the national media's picked up on this. We've gotten a lot of reports, but statewide as well, with Amber Alerts, things like that. All of those things we use. Every tool we have, we will use.
Very good.
You guys are too easy. Thank you so much. I apologize for being late. I apologize for my political rhetoric of the Board of Supervisors or the City Council. I just get so frustrated, and we just can't do this job without their support. We don't need political statements from the dais and mumbo jumbo. We need them to listen to their law enforcement leaders and really pay attention to the fact that we understand that there's a great potential for abuses in today's world with the technology that's available to us. But you have to, at some point in time, have some faith and trust in your leadership in the law enforcement community to know and understand that we too were elected here to provide a service to our community. I can't think of a community in this planet that wouldn't tell you, number one is public safety. Everybody just wants to be able to know that they can go outside and enjoy their community and come home and be safe at night in their rooms, asleep in bed. And this lady wasn't able to accomplish that. That's a sad statement. We need her back. We need to find her. And time is very critical. She's 84. She needs her meds. Her family needs her too.
Now, if you or anyone has information on Nancy Guthrie, you can contact the Pima County Sheriff's Department at 520-351-4900. That will do it for this.
So that's really sad, man. her daughter has paused all of her duties. Savannah Guthrie, she's paused all of her Today Show duties right now. And she did release that statement asking for support and for everybody to focus on the safe return of their mom. She has other siblings. She thanked law enforcement. She encouraged everyone and anyone with information to call the Sheriff's Department at 520-351-4900 if they know anything. So if you know anything, please call. They're willing to take tips. She's not yet been found, to the best of my knowledge, as of right now. And they're saying that tips could help find her. She needs her medication. And they're working this as a crime scene right now. I just want to be very clear. This is about awareness and not speculation. So it's about a missing woman, someone's mother. Nancy Guthrie is someone's mother. She's very loved. That's very obvious. Very obvious. And right now, what matters most is getting her home safely. If you live in that area, if you saw something, if you heard anything, which I know it's going to be hard to hear anything, out there where they're at. But if you hear anything or see anything or you felt anything off, anything could be help. You heard him. Please call. Don't be scared to call. Call. So anyone watching, keep your prayers on this lady and her family. Compassion, don't rush to conclusions. Wait for the facts, wait for all that. I'll update when I do hear something. If there's any developments, we'll just see where this goes. But I truly hope today comes where they find some good information and find her, and they find her safe. Again, she's a beautiful lady and she's very loved. I'm going to play us out. Thank you all for being here, coming in here so early. I appreciate you all very much. Thank you. Let me play us out.
She was born and bred in Nashville, but she walks the beaches down in Florida sand. A mother and wife, a daughter, a sister, trying hard to do the best she can. She found her voice with a heavy heart, looking for purpose with trembling hands. And giving this all a new start, moving ahead, speaking for ones who came. And she says, I am who I am, I'll stand my ground. Even when the nights get long and rough, you'll hear my sound. She'll be speaking for the ones unheard, 'cause she's got a caring heart that won't be turned. Her mama fought cancer while she was searching, stories that needed a gentle voice. We saw summer's name and felt the heart ache and tried to bring light where there was no choice. And when she heard of Sebastian, her sadness rose. She prays for truth through the noise. She'll follow wherever the story goes, seeking their dignity, a child's joy. She says, I am who I am, I'll stand my ground. Even when the nights get
Thank you all. Y'all have a great day. Love you. Thank you for being here.